On the news tonight, President Bola Tinubu meets Chinese Premier Li Qiang, seeks strategic China-Africa partnership. National Economic Council reconstitutes flood committee, calls for collaboration and planning among sub-national governments. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu signs memorandum of understanding with Chinese company to implement 50-megawatt solar power systems for key educational institutions. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer apologizes to Grenfell fire victims. We'll bring you details in a moment. Please stay with us. Many thanks for joining us. I am Bukola Taylor Cole. President Bola Tinubu says Africa holds vast opportunities for investment, growth and development with its vibrant population, productive economy and natural resources. Speaking at a bilateral meeting at Beijing, China with Chinese Premier Li Qiang, President Tinubu commended the role of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC in advancing partnerships between Africa and China for mutual development and prosperity. President Tinubu also called for a strategic focus on areas of collaboration that will ensure the relationship remains beneficial.
For me, as a Nigerian, and equally as the chairman of the ECOWAS, I'm happy that the strategic partnership being promoted is acceptable to both sides. And this is the only way to go. Africa is a huge opportunity for economic development. As a great people, I'm willing to partner for progress and development. What is lacking will be the focus of the FOCAC and the areas that we can collaborate to make the relationship mutually beneficial to all of us.
The president, who is in Beijing for the 9th FOCAC, expressed his appreciation for the warm reception extended to him and his delegation by the Chinese government. The premier said China is ready to work with Nigeria to deliver on the mutual understanding reached by President Xi Jinping and President Tinubu under the recently established comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. Now, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has signed a memorandum of understanding with a Chinese company to implement solar power systems across key educational institutions. The agreement was announced in a statement by Governor Sanwo-Olu as part of the ongoing Africa-China Cooperation Summit in Beijing, where President Bola Tinubu is leading the Nigerian delegation on a state visit to China. The project, according to the governor, is aimed at generating about 50 megawatts of cleaner and more affordable electricity and will see the installation of solar power systems at the Lagos State University of Science and Technology, the Lagos State University of Education, and the Lagos State College of Medicine. He added that the initiative is expected to significantly reduce the institution's reliance on grid electricity and fossil fuels, thus contributing to environmental sustainability. Governor Sanwo-Olu emphasized that this initiative underscores Lagos State's commitment to incorporating sustainable energy solutions as a cornerstone of its economic development strategy. President Bola Tinubu, who witnessed the signing, highlighted the importance of such collaborations in driving Nigeria's energy transition. This, he said, aligns with Lagos State's broader vision of becoming a leader in renewable energy adoption in Nigeria, enhancing the state's energy security and reducing its carbon footprint. The National Economic Council has called for more collaboration and planning among the sub-national governments to ensure a holistic approach towards the provision of effective palliatives for flood victims across the country. Rising from its latest meeting, which was presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the council reconstituted the Flood Committee, which has governors of Kogi, Bayelsa, Oyo, Ebonyi, Jigawa, and Bauchi as members. Briefing State House correspondent after the meeting, Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, explained that all the state governments have been given till Monday next week to submit details of the damage caused by the recent flooding in their states.
Has decided that by Monday, there is also going to be Monday will be the deadline for all the states of the Federation to submit detail of damages, including farms, schools, bridges that have been affected by the last flood. And Mr. Chairman mentioned that it will be taken into consideration for appropriate support to the various states. Also, the Bayelsa State Governor had been added as a member. So this is the new, very strong membership of the Flood Committee that will continue to address Council henceforth.
Also in attendance at the meeting is the founder of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates, and businessman Aliko Dangote. They had a robust discussion on the state of nutrition in the country. Minister of Health Professor Ali Pate disclosed that the council has agreed to set up a food and nutrition security task force at the national and sub-national levels towards ensuring that acute malnutrition is addressed.
Multi-sectoral governance and coordination platform to ensure that we address the challenge of acute malnutrition, moderate malnutrition, and over time, even the stunting that we are faced with as a country, and to ensure that the resources begin to be put in place in 2025 budgets as we come towards that cycle, so that states also have line items for budget on nutrition, just as federal government itself will also do that, so that we plan to deliver the interventions in a multi-sectoral way that will ensure that our children grow to be healthy, have the cognitive capacity that will drive the prosperity that is in our future.
Meanwhile, following the recent spate of security challenges across the country, discussion surrounding the establishment of state police was reconsidered. Consequently, all the state governments that are yet to submit their positions on the creation of state police have till Monday next week to do so, as decisions arrived by the council will be considered binding and agreed by all. Now, President Bola Tinubu has assured the people of Yobe State that perpetrators of the killings in Tamuwa local government area of the state will be brought to justice. President Tinubu, in a statement by his spokesman, Ajuri Ngilali, extended his condolences to bereaved families, describing the killings as a cowardly act of terror by a degraded group of criminals. According to the statement, the president prays for the repose of the souls of the deceased, speedy recovery for the wounded, and assures the people of Yobe State that the perpetrators of the act will have an inevitable encounter with justice. The Department of State Services, DSS, is set to scale back on media operations, but will step up covert operations in gathering intelligence and confronting national security. This was disclosed by the new Director General of the agency, Adeola Ajayi. Ajayi, who was appointed by President Bola Tinubu on August 26, said the security agency needs to concentrate on its core mandate of covert operations to strengthen national security that had been seen and heard. Ajayi promised to take steps to promote professionalism and excellence and make the service to respond appropriately to emerging security challenges in the nation. In keeping with the new direction unveiled by the new DG of DSS, the agency's director in charge of public relations and strategic communication, Peter Afunaya, has been redeployed, although his new destination remains unknown as at the time of filing this report. A successor has also not been named at this time. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has raided an illegal gold mining site and destroyed a large wooden boat used for siphoning crude oil into two separate operations aimed at curbing economic sabotage in the country. The first operation took place in the Ogunlepa Oluwa Forest Reserve, Odigbo local government area of Ondo State, where mining marshals apprehended 4 individuals engaged in unlawful gold mining. The suspects caught red-handed in the government-reserved area confessed to not having the necessary licenses or authorization to conduct their operations. And following the arrest, the suspects were charged to the Federal High Court in Abuja, where they now face serious legal repercussions under the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act. The Mining Marshal Commander ACC AJ Onoja, who led the raid, issued a stern warning to those involved in illegal mining activities. He urged them to regularize their operations in accordance with the law, stressing that the federal government's resolve to enforce the law is unwavering. In a separate operation, the Commandant General Special Intelligence Squad uncovered and destroyed a large hidden wooden boat used by vandals to transport stolen crude oil at the Uwaza waterfront in Rivers State. The boat, capable of carrying over 200,000 liters of crude oil, was a critical asset for criminal networks involved in the illicit trade of the nation's oil resources. The Nigeria Correctional Service, NCOS, says no fewer than 3,590 inmates across the custodial centers in Nigeria are on death row. NCOS Public Relations Officer, Assistant Controller of Corrections, Abubakar Umar, disclosed that the total number of inmates in centers across the country is 84,741, comprising 82,821 males and 1,920 females as of September 3. The NCOS spokesman put the total number of awaiting trial inmates at 57,750, comprising 56,303 males and 1,447 females. Umar said majority of inmates in custody were awaiting trial persons, posing a significant challenge for the service due to their high numbers. He, however, assured that the service was taking steps to address the issue and ensuring timely judicial processing for their awaiting trial persons. Umar adds that the service is also tackling custodial congestion through the construction of new facilities, expansion of community sentencing, improvement of court logistics, and implementation of various decongestion measures, in addition to the release of inmates. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, has offered free legal representation to end bad governance protesters with court cases across the country. President of the NBA, Afam Osigwe, who announced this on his X handle, also directed NBA branches to monitor the legal proceedings against protesters across the country. It said the NBA legal team will continue to monitor court proceedings to ensure that trials are conducted with strict adherence to due process, safeguarding the legal rights of all defendants. Recall that 9 of the End Bad Governance protesters were remanded in Kuje Correctional Center after being charged with treason, while the court ordered the remand of the only female among them in the Suleja Correctional Facility. The protesters, alongside thousands of others, demonstrated against hunger and bad governance from August 1 to 10, 2024. Now, the federal government has promised to adhere to the principles of separation of power and tolerate dissenting views within the ambit of the laws of Nigeria. These and other issues surrounding the country's judicial system were discussed at the just concluded General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association. Maogbe Josu has the report.
The recently held Nigerian Bar Association conference brought to the fore prevailing issues in the Nigerian justice system, including extension of crime database for convicts across the country, establishment of National Forensic Data Analysis Facility, audit exercise of oil contracts, the congestion of prison, fight against corruption, expediting actions to protect Nigerians in diaspora, and securing their properties. To address the challenges, General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi said there is need for collaboration between relevant agencies for improved justice system.
The issue of trafficking is being given very serious attention. I can assure you of that. Then the issue was raised. Oh, where these people were deported, did not give them anything. They didn't allow them. It depends on what the law says, not the law of your country. It is the law of the place where certain things happen or have happened. So it's a combination of the two. You have to sit down to decide what to do in certain situations.
Driving on these assurances, the President Kashim Shettima says the President Bola Tinubu administration will continue to promote the rule of law.
I want to assure the learned members of the bench and the bar that this government will continue to accord top priority to the welfare of the judiciary, to ease avoidable burden on their lordships and speed up the adjudicatory process, which is a sine qua non for social order and economic development.
Director General, World Trade Organization, who was also the keynote speaker, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, called for the initiation of a social contract agreement which must be adhered to by political leaders, irrespective of their affiliations.
Trust will be a prerequisite for any social contract for rebuilding Nigeria, meeting our economic development challenges and building a brighter future for the rising generations of young people. A social contract could become a basis for the virtuous circles of reform, growth, peace, security, and trust that have too long eluded us. Turning now to potential ingredients of that social contract. The first element should be a shared understanding that we must prioritize the security of lives, property, and national assets.
Economic and institutional framework, ensuring that it is not the political party that designs an institution. It's the people, we the people of Nigeria, that designs that economic trajectory and we must keep. That is important for us to keep the vulnerable in our society and continue to provide social interventions for them. It's very important that the judiciary profession, that which all of you sitting in this room are part of that conversation that ensure that our electoral process is up and running.
We will develop the social contract, and we will make sure that the social contract works for Nigerians in the nearest future.
The 2024 Nigerian Bar Association General Conference had various sessions such as Africa's future amidst rising security, economic and political challenges. The Lagos State Showcase session themed the Lagos Experience, a journey through culture, heritage and innovation. Maogbe Josu, LTV News.
Still ahead. Lagos State Government marks 2024 African Traditional Medicine Day, asked practitioners to leverage on research and technology. That's in the moment. Stay with us.
Soar beyond boundaries and rich communities. The largest gathering of women changing history. It's the 2024 National Women's Conference, organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, with the theme Soar Beyond Boundaries and Rich Communities. Starting from Tuesday, 10 September to Wednesday, 11 September 2024 at the Convention Center, Eko Hotel and Suite Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 9 a.m. daily. Renowned speakers will include Dr. Oluwatoni Adeyemi, Mrs. Temitope Okunu, Professor Rotimi Koka, and Honorable Mrs. Opeyemi Akindele, among others, who will be sharing the wealth of experience on various topics on how to prevent and manage communicable diseases, transformative social welfare, and boy-child development, among others. Special guest of honor, opening ceremony, His Excellency Governor Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State. Special guest for the closing ceremony, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. And special guest gracing the gala night, His Excellency Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State. Yes, there will be a gala night with mouth-watering prizes to be won. Conference fee is 120,000 naira for physical participants and 30,000 naira for virtual attendees. Physical stores are available. Come join us at the 2024 National Women's Conference as we inspire, empower, and soar beyond boundaries together. For more information, please visit our website www.calso2024nwc.org. Announcer, Chairman CALSO, Convener NWC, Dr. Mrs. Claudiana Sanwo-Olu, Vice Chairman CALSO and Co-Convener NWC, Chief Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, Chairperson of the 2024 NWC, Professor Olufunke Adeyeyi.
Thanks for staying with us. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 8 on Lagos Television. Now, 7 core members have been assured that as soon as civil servants start receiving the new minimum wage as approved by the federal government, their monthly allowance will also increase. The NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Yushau Ahmed, gave the assurance while addressing core members at Kebbi State Orientation Camp and Sokoto State Orientation Camp. He said their selfless and immense contributions to the social-economic development of the country cannot be underestimated. General Ahmed also implored them to use the opportunity of the service year to develop themselves and plan for greater heights in future. The Director General further advised the core members to embrace the NYSC Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program to acquire vocational skills that will make them self-reliant. Recall that the federal government and the Nigeria Labour Congress recently agreed to a 70,000 naira new minimum wage for Nigerian civil servants. The Labour Party, in its extended stakeholders meeting held in Umuahia, Abia State capital, has appointed Senator Esther Usman as the chairman of the caretaker committee of the party. Usman, a former Minister of Finance, represented Kaduna South Senatorial District from 2011 to 2015. Immediate past Senate Minority Deputy Leader Senator Darlington Unwokocha from Abia Central will serve as the secretary of the 29-member committee, expected to complete its assignment in 90 days. The caretaker committee is to rescue the party from its current leadership crisis and organize a convention where a new leadership of the party would emerge from the ward to the national stage. 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is running mate Dati Ahmed, Senator Victor Ume, Lagos State governorship candidate of LP in 2023, Gbadebo Rhodes Bible, were among the party bigwigs present at the meeting hosted by Governor Alex Oti. Now, alternative medicine practitioners have assured Nigerians that traditional medicine is safe and affordable as it now leverages on research and technology. They were speaking at a program to mark the 2024 African Traditional Medicine Day, organized by the Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board. Correspondent Omowumi Okeowo has the report.
Historically, traditional medicine in Africa has played a vital role in enhancing health and well-being of citizens across the continent. In recognition of this, the World Health Organization earmarked August 31 yearly to recognize and celebrate its impact on universal health coverage and sustainable development goals. It isn't far off that the Lagos State government, through the Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board, is gathering practitioners and researchers to recognize their contribution and chart way forward for the development of the sector.
Africans, they do believe in this traditional medicine profession, be it because it's so available, it's so accessible, and it's also affordable. That's why people will continue to use it or go through the African traditional medicine practice.
Africa is very blessed. We have very fertile lands, and we have everything we need for things to grow naturally. We don't need most of these fertilizers that are being used now. They are not natural, and we have natural. Nature is so good to us.
Practitioners want more recognition for the sector while assuring Nigerians that registered traditional medicine is very safe, as it is more affordable and goes through research, just like its English counterparts.
The main concept that we have behind technology and traditional medicine is documentation and proper measurement of all the herbs used to make a particular remedy, so that it is properly documented and it can be referenced with medical journals anywhere in the world. That way we create a central system that can allow practitioners to reference it at any given time.
Traditional medicine is the bedrock of any healthcare for anything we want to talk about. I will advise our people to be open to traditional medicine, because a lot have been done, a lot is ongoing, and we are still going to see a lot evolving in the area of traditional medicine.
I advise them before they use any apps, they make sure they consult the original and authentic practitioners.
Whatever herbal product they are taking, it is an approved drug by NAFDAC, and that there's enough information on that particular drug to guide the usage of the drug.
Also featuring talks and charting way forward for the sector, the Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board assures residents of a viable and safe sector to enhance health delivery in Lagos. Omomi Okeo, LTV News.
Hospital caterers have been advised to pay adequate attention to details in the discharge of their duties and not forget the ethics of their profession. This admonition is coming at the second edition of the Association of Hospital Caterers in Nigeria. Ayola Adelisi has the report.
To promote professionalism and efficiency that aligns with the best practices in the 21st century, the Lagos State Health Service Commission organizing this workshop for hospital caterers with the theme Enhancing Skills of an Ideal Hospital Caterer in the 21st Century. Chairman of the Capacity Building Committee and facilitator describes the training as an important factor in standing at par with contemporaries in and out of the country.
Enhancing the skill of an ideal hospital caterer in the 21st century involves a multifaceted approach that takes into account the diverse needs of our patients, their dietary restrictions. Our hospital units, they are not a five-star hotel. So patients that are there, they are not there willingly. They have come as a result of an ailment, illnesses, or a need, which is their health need. And we must take that into cognizance.
Hospital meals, it plays a critical role in patient recovery. If somebody is, maybe it has deficiency in vitamin, for example, if the person is on the hospital bed, there is no way you give that particular patient food that will not be rich in vitamin. You make sure that whatever you are presenting to that particular patient is going to aid him or her in getting better very fast.
Chairman, Lagos Health Service Commission, Dr. Atinuke Onoyiga, represented by Dr. Mobolaji Olukoya, commends the caterers for their commitment as she asks them to be more patient in dealing with the inpatients.
We at HSC commend your dedication to excellence and commitment to continuous learning. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and I encourage you to keep on striving for better innovations and areas of improvement.
Hospital catering is about care. It's about care, and that care needs some professional to take care of them. Food given to the patient are of different classes. You have the low salt, the pepper-free, the low fat, and those kind of food are food that are specific for the kind of patients. We have general patients who can take any other foods, but we have some therapeutic patients. And that's why this training is very necessary, so that those people, new staff that have joined us, we understand that we need to educate ourselves in terms of giving quality services to legations in terms of food productions.
It is hoped that this second edition of the caterers training, with the theme enhancing the skills of an ideal hospital caterer in the 21st century, will give the hospital caterers a clearer understanding of the dietary need of hospital patients. Ayola Adelesi, LTV News.
Of the Lagos State government's own J-Eco food discount market has been commended by residents of Ekpe. Correspondent Olumide Ojo monitored activities at the designated venue for the Sunday market. His report.
The Ekpe venue of the innovative Onje-Eko food discount market was a beehive of activities as residents took advantage of the 25% discount on foodstuffs and other edible items to stock up. They commended the Lagos State government for bringing back the food discount market.
I need to appreciate the state government, probably led by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for this beautiful initiative. It is one of the ways to make lives better for our people, and we must commend them. And as far as we criticize the government, we must as well commend them with this beautiful initiative.
We want to appreciate the Lagos State government for moving down to the doorstep of the people in the Lagos State to have access to food, because food is actually in life.
Yoruba will say, and to God be the glory, the food has been able to be subsidized a little bit at 5%, 25% off from the Lagos State government. It's a very good initiative.
I will really thank our governor for it having in our case, because the price of food has gone up, and we thank God.
Vice Chairman of Ekpe local government and supervising state government officials explained logistics and crowd control.
I employ the state governor and the commissioner for agri. Ekpe is very, very thick population and wide. So you can decentralize this place because of the train stands and the massive people. So at the recreation center is another place. People from Irikoto, Ajagona, Bekapa, Okeposu, another. So Okeoba community. So that place is very close. Up to the Agric, to T Junction there. So that if it's centralized to recreation, so we can able to visit people instead of coming there to one location.
The rush on the side of the people to get their product bought. You know what people are experiencing in the land now. So that one caused the rush. Everybody wants to be attended at the same time, which is not possible. And that is why you will observe that we kept on arranging and rearranging. Everybody is at least happy, at least to partake of the scheme.
I want to implore our people in the community to be orderly. So when we are orderly, the food is enough for us to cater for each and every one of us. It is that 25% reduction is something that is very huge, and to our people, I think it serves as a support and a relief to them if they are cooperating.
Our governor is really trying, but at the same time, some of the machine they bring here is not okay. So they should please help us to try and get another one in case of next time. Because most people are here to get some food, but through the machine we can't pay. Because when the machine is not working, I don't believe we can buy anything.
Residents urge the state government to sustain the Onje-Eko food discount market. Olumide Ojo, LTV News.
Coming up, Nigeria's power generation hits 5,313 megawatts. First time in 3 years. That's in business news. Stay with us.
On Business News tonight, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has dismissed claims to regulate the prices of food items and other commodities in the Nigerian market. It's clarified that its recent directives are solely aimed at curbing exploitative practices and maintaining a competitive marketplace. The Commission emphasized that while external factors such as foreign exchange fluctuations and the removal of fuel subsidies have significantly impacted pricing, these do not justify unfair practices that exploit consumers. The FCCPC further emphasized its need to continue to monitor the marketplace and take action against any business practices that violate and remain vigilant in upholding the principles of fair competition and consumer protection. The national grid on Monday hit a record high of 5,330 megawatts, a record high in the last 3 years. This was revealed by the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, while speaking at the African-China Cooperation Summit. Adelabu called on the distribution companies to make use of the opportunity to take more energy to prevent grid collapse. He explained that frequency drops whenever power is produced are not picked by the discos, adding that efforts will be made to encourage industries to purchase bulk energy. The minister reiterated the fact that President Tinubu has prioritized the power sector as the driver for all other critical sectors of the economy. He said the MCC, the Chinese company, is presently engaged in Nigeria with the construction of 12 megawatts and 3 megawatts power plants in Maiduguri and Kaduna.
There is a renewed call for more Nigerians to embrace organic and urban farming so as to be able to grow what we eat in order to address food security challenges. This was re-echoed at the 2024 Lagos State Chamber of Commerce and Industry Agro-Highlight Symposium with the theme, Nigerian Food Production in Global Space, Leveraging Our Competitive Advantage. Speakers here agree that the Nigerian agricultural ecosystem needs to address global food security challenges.
We have here the government officials from the federal and state governments. So one of our key expectations is that the government will see what the private sector is doing to advance food production. Some of the exhibitions here are very, very innovative solutions to our problems and challenges and opportunities in agriculture. So we expect that government will take that back to their offices and try to see how they can review policies.
We need to encourage urban farming. We need to encourage backyard farming. So let's produce, let's plant what we can consume. With this will reduce the food insufficiency in the country.
For Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is represented by the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, the state government has continued to support farmers through different initiatives, but wants more private sector partnership in following up from the farm to the markets.
When we make support available, we should also trail, the outcome from farmers, and not just trail outcome in terms of yields and quantities, but to also know which destination markets those items are going to, what the cost of production is at the point of origin, and what the landed cost would be in whatever destination markets there are. We should also start tracing the different distributors and dealers, that are off-taking those products and how much it is being sold to the average market woman and man, such that at the end of the day, every Lagosian, every Nigerian, can be able to say whether this is really overpriced or this is what the real market indices would be.
The Corporate Affairs Commission has proposed that as many nanos that we have within the food chain and other services that can come forward to register, a lot of them will even be given just about 50% of the cost of registration.
Commending some of the policies of the federal government, these stakeholders in the agriculture sector want more improvements in the nation's security architecture, leveraging on technology and harmonization of regional and international frameworks.
This is September. We are now afraid of dam being opened. That is the Chad and the Chad being opened from Cameroon Dam. So government needs to do a lot because presently flood has started affecting so many states. So this needs to be taken into consideration. Our community ecological system needs to improve. The environmental system needs to be improved. We need an enabling environment for agriculture, for farmers. In the area of food security, that's very, very germane.
The symposium also featured lectures, panel sections, and an exhibition for agribusinesses to showcase their locally produced goods. Omomi Okewo, LTV News.
And that's all on business news. Up next are today's figures on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The junior tournament organized by Race Table Tennis Nigeria came to a thrilling conclusion, with winners emerging in various levels of the competition held at the table tennis section of Ikoyi Club. The week-long tournament, designed to groom future stars, started with a coaching clinic for over 60 kids as organizers engaged participants during the long holiday, exposing them to the rudiments of the sport. Race Table Tennis Nigeria had organized the competition in furtherance of the non-profit organization Quest to encourage development at the grassroots level. Chairman, Race Table Tennis Nigeria, Engineer Olasheni Race, said the clinics and tournaments have produced talents that will be supported to develop their skills and build professional careers. Race commended the support of partners and sponsors towards the success of the tournament and reaffirmed the commitment to organize more clinics and competitions for kids.
Our next event is sponsoring the Yoruba Tennis Club Table Tennis Tournament. We have seen that we can really train people. It's not people from the slums we need to build. If you have a sport you do as a young person, very likely you'll be successful in life. We have seen that the children have taken to the sport and will continue to sponsor them. The talent you have seen here, we have promised to get him a coach that can help him develop his career, and will continue to do that.
Chairman of the table tennis section, Daru Lude, expressed excitement with the outcome of the tournament, noting that the coaching clinic which preceded the competition really helped participants.
The Ikoyi Club Table Tennis Section is trying to gather the young ones and develop their interest in table tennis to make sure that the game of table tennis will create awareness in schools and encourage the young ones.
The 5-day tournament featured competitions for kids from ages 6 to 15. David Orungbeja emerged level 1 champion, Timileyin Olaiya won level 2, Lugochukwu Obi secured level 3 title, and Fesochukwu Nwanchukwu claimed the girls' title.
I think the coaches really did well in training all of us in our match, so I thank the coaches. I also think that our sponsors, Race Table Tennis, for sponsoring this. The coaches really helped us and they sponsored us.
Since its inception 4 years ago, Race Table Tennis Nigeria has used the initiative to discover cadets and junior players while using sports to keep the kids off the streets. Following an impressive performance at the 18th African Sambo Championship in Egypt, Nigeria is set to compete at the World Beach Sambo Championships organized by the International Sambo Federation in Casablanca, Morocco, from September 7 to 8. At the Continental Tournament in Egypt, Nigeria made a significant impact, securing 5 medals over the event held at the Cairo International Stadium. Due to lack of funds, the Sambo Association Nigeria managed to finance only one of its athletes, Charity Jotao, a gold medalist at the African Games and World Championships, to participate in the forthcoming tournament in Morocco. Initially, Jotao, Fatima Ogbonyomi, and James Chegwam were confirmed for the championships, with the Sambo Association Nigeria working diligently to ensure their participation. According to the president of the association, Loveth Owell, Nigeria's inclusion in the World Beach Sambo Championships is a testament to their strong showing in Egypt. Vice President of Sambo Association Nigeria, Sharif Hamid, noted that the country's participation presents another chance for Nigeria to demonstrate its potential in the fast-growing sport. The World Beach Sambo Championships will be held at India Beach, located on the Atlantic coast of Casablanca. Competitions will include individual and team events with medals awarded in various weight categories for men, women, and mixed team.
prosperity. Everything the devil has taken from you, may it return.
Mr. Sarah, I would love to offer you a position here.
I've never been lucky enough to meet Mr. Lawson, but for me, he is my mentor.
On entertainment news tonight, Nollywood directors Tolu Ajayi and Abiola Shobo collaborate on an upcoming original drama series, Princess on the Hill, set to premiere in November 2024. Abiola Shobo is popular for his role as director for the TV series Inspector K, while Tolu Ajayi's Over the Bridge led the 2024 AMVCA with 12 nominations. Princess on a Hill is an engaging series that explores the theme of power, ambition, and the cost of success. The show promises to resonate with audience, both locally and internationally. This announcement was made by the African streamer during the 2024 MIP Africa in Cape Town. MIP Africa is part of Fame Week Africa, a week-long festival focusing on African television, music, and film. The social media has been abuzz for some days now, with speculations that Nollywood actress Iyabo Ojo's daughter, Priscilla, is set to get married. Now, the actress has affirmed the rumors herself, as Iyabo Ojo took to her Instagram page where she posted a video of Priscilla and Juma Jukes pre-wedding photo shots and expressed her excitement about becoming the mother of the bride. Her post was welcomed with widespread joy and support from her followers, fans and fellow celebrities who were excited about Priscilla's intending nuptial. The comment section overflowed with congratulatory messages, goodwill and prayers for the family and happy couple. Iyabo Ojo's post came amid confusion on social media after Priscilla posted pictures from her and her man's traditional photo shots without announcing her engagement. While some social media users thought it is just to be a photo shoot, others assumed the pictures were a form of wedding announcement. Now, Iyabo Ojo has cleared all doubts regarding the post. Chidinma Vanessa Adesina, the newly crowned Miss Universe Nigeria, has promised to make Nigeria proud in the course of her reign. Adesina, with dual citizenship of Nigeria and South Africa, received xenophobic abuse in South Africa after she was invited to contest for Miss Universe Nigeria, which she emerged as the winner. The Miss Universe Nigeria appreciates Nigerians for their support through the process of the contest, as she enjoyed warm hospitality and friendship. The 2023-old Adesina, who was visiting Nigeria for the first time, described Nigerians as hospitable individuals and friendly, as she advised Nigerians abroad with dual citizenship not to take their second citizenship for granted. And that's all on entertainment news tonight. Back to the studios for the rest of the news.
On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has apologized on behalf of the British state to Grenfell Tower fire victims in light of the report that claimed 72 lives were lost due to failings of the government. The Prime Minister also demanded swift justice, including through the criminal courts, for those to blame for the blaze in West London in June 2017. He emphasized the government's backing to deliver a permanent memorial of the Grenfell tragedy on the site in West London. He expressed his support for calls that the companies involved in the disaster be banned from receiving government contracts and said the government would support the Metropolitan Police investigation into the fire. A public inquiry into the 2017 Grenfell Tower fire in London has primarily blamed the disaster on failings by the government, the construction industry, and companies involved in fitting the flammable cladding. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Before we end the news tonight, let's take a look at our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has met the Chinese Premier Li Qiang, a sought for strategic China-Africa partnership. The National Economic Council has reconstituted a flood committee called for collaboration and planning among sub-national governments. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has signed a memorandum of understanding with a Chinese company to implement 50-megawatt solar power systems for key educational institutions. On the foreign scene, we told you that UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has apologized to Grenfell fire victims on behalf of the British state. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. And just before we go, here is our parting shot. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Many thanks for watching the news at 8. Please remember to call Lagos toll-free Bukola Taylor Cole. Good night.